So welcome guys back to another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily, that show that keeps you up to date with all players that are linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. And today we are talking about Edu because he has been talking. He has done an interview with The Athletic, and what I have done is that I have gone through the entire article and I've picked out bits that would be relevant for this video. So I'll read them out and I'll give you my thoughts on them. The full interview you should be able to find on The Athletic, but you would need a subscription for that, or you could probably go on Twitter or someone, and someone's probably clipped it up, and you could probably read it from there. But I have some screenshots of bits that I think are relevant for this video, and I want to just go through them with you guys. And let's see. So the first bit is in regards to Mikel and his plan. He said that then I give the club a 5-year plan. I said to Mikel and to the board, guys, 2022-23 will be the season we're going to be much better. We have to be patient. It will be impossible to take everyone out and put everyone in. We need a process to do that. We need good decisions. We need to be brave. We're going to face some difficult moments with players, agents, etc. But that's the plan. Now, the one thing that I want to point out from that is the fact that the 2022-23 bit, apparently this was the plan set out by the board and Edu and Arteta when he was getting the job. Now, I think this puts pressure on Arteta this season. I've said this many times. This season is the season where we are going to see a full Arteta team. How can this team perform? Because we finished fifth last season, so the target has to be, and I think Edu has reiterated it in indirect ways in this interview, but top four Champions League football has to be the target, because if we then want to push on from the point we are now at, we're going to have to target a different caliber of player, and for that you need Champions League football, quite evidently. So I feel like this season's going to be massive in terms of where is this project going, because look, we've improved our squad, cool, we've improved our squad, definitely, but some money has been dished out in places maybe it shouldn't have, i.e. 50 million on Ben White, the money on Tomiyasu, maybe you could have got someone a bit more better, you know, and the termination of so many contracts. I think I've got a bit on that, but I think it's important to realize that, you know, this season's going to be important. Moving on, Edu struggling to get fees for departing players. He said, if you imagine, oh no, this season we're going to expose the player a little bit more and then we sell them. No, be realistic. You don't want to sell the player. Try to avoid one more year with the problem inside, in the dressing room, expensive, not performing, clean, take it out. Even, I'm sorry, if you have to pay to leave is better, because that guy is sometimes also blocking someone. I know it hurts. I know it's strange when I go to the board and say sometimes it's better to pay a player to leave than maintain them, but I consider it an investment. Sometimes, right, sometimes it's better to pay a player to leave than maintain them because I consider it investment. Sometimes people say it's expensive. I say no, it's an investment, but someone will pay if you sell. No, guys, if the player is above 26, 27 and not performing, big salary, no chance. So the one thing I take out of that is that there have been players in the past that have not been, let's say, quite good behind closed doors, and Edu has paid them to leave. Now, some of those players include Socrates, Mesut Ozil, Kyle That's just on top of my head, Aubameyang. So these sorts of players we have let go and we've paid them to leave, essentially. Now, what I'm going to say about this is that I agree with Edu for the fact that if they are genuinely causing a trouble behind the dressing room, if there genuinely is a problem, and they are being toxic to the environment, let's say, because we aren't privy to that information, I just have to go off what I'm reading, because I don't know what goes on behind the dressing room. So if he's saying, okay, look, this guy's causing an issue, let's say Socrates is causing an issue behind the changing room. I don't think he's the guy to do that, but let's say he is, and there's an issue, blah blah blah, and Edu's been like, okay, we're gonna pay you to leave. Essentially, that's what's happened, and I think that's what's happened. And am I against this? Kind of, because I think we could have got a few fees. We could have held out. We could have got some sort of return. But if the club do have enough money to pay these guys to leave, and they're out of the club, I don't think it's the worst thing that can happen, because at the end of the day, if they're genuinely causing a trouble behind the changing room, paying them to leave, at least just getting them gone, getting that wages off the bill, it's not the worst thing to happen. So I kind of agree, kind of don't. Edu on missing out targets. I have a very good relationship with agents and players because it's part of my role. But when I start to talk to them, they explain to me as well not only some ideas about Arsenal, but other clubs too. I say, be transparent to me because I can help you. What possibilities do you have? What do you want to do? I can give you information as well, but give me a bit as well. For example, Rafinha was clear, and Deco is my close friend. He wants to go to Barcelona. That is his dream, so I said, thank you very much. So the one thing I want to take out of that is the Rafinha bit. I think he did another interview with Sky where he was asked about Rafinha, and essentially Edu said, I called up Deco. I said, "Hey, what's happening with Rafinha?" Deco's like, "Okay, Rafinha is going Barcelona. That is his dream. Barcelona, Barcelona." Edu then says, "Okay, well, if there's something changes, just let me know." And apparently that's all there was to Rafinha. Now I'm not surprised that is the case because I think we all knew that Rafinha's priority was Barcelona, and obviously that's where he's now ended up. So the fact that um, I like the fact that Edu has been transparent with it because a lot of people won't be transparent, and I like the fact that Edu has been transparent with the Rafinha one because Arsenal were interested, and it was clear, it was very clear, that Rafinha's goal was Barcelona. The last bit on, oh, actually no, second last bit I think. Edu on Jesus. I worked with Gabriel as well from the national team. I know him, I know his family, I know everyone, and that's why I decided to go there to talk to his family. I said to him one thing, which his agent was really nice. I said, Gabriel, I'm here to try sign you, but not the Gabriel from this season. I want the Gabriel from other seasons because this season you've not played the way I know you. You've lost your shine. When I see you this season, I'm not seeing you as before because I know you very well. I want the Gabriel from last season because again, you have to be Gabriel who looked at me and said, you're right. So it seems like Eddie was impressed with Gabriel Jesus last season and he wants him to be somewhat of his previous self. And I like that Eddie is challenging him. And I just wanted to read that bit out just to give you guys a bit of info on the background of the Jesus deal. Um, Edu on eventually having to sell players. Part of the plan is when you're starting to sell the players, that's the challenging one. You already need someone prepared. Sell, if we are able to do that, then chapeau, it's very challenging. For example, let's talk about next season or another. If we sell, I don't know, Bukayo Saka, that's not going to happen, but it's just an example. We as a club have to prepare his replacement straight away. Someone that has to be in the squad or we have to manage in the market well. So if we sell him, we have someone straight away to replace him in our model. Now, it has to be reiterated, Bukayo Saka is a example, but it seems like they have a plan in place because the thing is, yeah, if you sign a load of young players and they're very promising and they do very well, and we don't progress as a club, if we don't by get into the Champions League next season, some of these players are going to turn around and say, well, I could go play for a better club. You know what I mean? Like Bukayo Saka, for example. Good example. If he signs a contract, let's say, there could be a stipulation in his contract that says if Arsenal do not qualify for the Champions League, that will be a £100 million release clause, which Man City can activate next summer. Things like that. Because we will eventually we could reach a time where we're going to have to sell some of these players because if we don't progress, I hope we do progress, but if we don't, then we could be in this situation. And I think it's good that we do have some sorts of preparations for that. On Bukayo Saka, Eddie did mention, I just want to quickly paraphrase it. He said that the talks are going well, blah, blah, blah. They're talking to their family. Nothing too deep, but he said they're going all right, I guess. There's no real update in the Bukayo Saka. He kind of just waffled about that. So I don't want to go too deep into it. But yeah, that's Edu on Edu's interview. It was quite an interesting one to be honest, but you guys can read it yourself and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about the bits I've picked out for to read. Again, this is not the entire interview. This is just bits that I thought that would be pretty important for you guys just to listen to, and yeah, that's about it. The next bit of news, quickly, I want to touch on is Cody Gakpo. Now, he's a winger we've been linked with for a while. What I want to say on Cody Gakpo, he's an alright player, but I don't think he's good enough. He's played 92 games, 27 goals, 27 assists for PSV he plays for, PSV Eindhoven. His position is anywhere across the front line. He can play left wing, right wing, centre forward. So he would provide his versatility across the top line. He's quite outspoken in terms of he seems to have a winning mentality and he wants to win things. He wants to challenge himself, which is fair enough. But for me, I think we need someone a bit better, someone who can actually challenge Bukayo Saka. Because for me, Cody Gakpo isn't a player that is gonna challenge Bukayo Saka. I want someone like Leroy Sané, someone massive that's gonna challenge Bukayo Saka for that spot. Because we need competition all round. I think that's very important. And quickly on Marquinhos, it looks like he's going to leave on loan. Little reports circulating around that he could be leaving on loan. So that's that. The next bit of news is William Saliba. Now, as we know, Arsenal and Arteta want to keep him. Arteta said in his post match after Chelsea, said that he is ready to play. And apparently, his agent was meeting with Marseille in London for dinner, apparently, and that's according to Fabrizio Romano. And look, I think that's normal. Agents speaking to other clubs. I don't think that's anything to be worried about. At the end of the day, it is Arsenal's decision, and if William Saliba is happy to stay, well, a contract has been agreed in principle for William Saliba to stay at Arsenal. So I don't think there's anything to worry about there. But that's the news on William Saliba, and that wraps up today's Arsenal Transfer News Daily. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.